What do you think, Alia? What's the biggest issue with men today?
I think there's a lot of things. Depends what they're looking for. Most of the men's like they changing on a gold digger. Like before it was woman was looking for men with money. Now men's looking woman with money. Like if they find someone that can make the money, why they have to work? And there is going to happen one of the problem. Another problem is like men's that they cannot match the woman, but they want that woman. Let's give some example. For example, is not look that much well. He don't make that much money, but he want Angelina Jolie. This impossible to happen, and this is one of the things that relationships is going wrong, and then they're going mentally hurt, and they say, "Oh, I'm not gonna try with nobody else," because they cannot make that there's a different which type of woman you have to choose, because you always have to find someone who is in your level. If you're going somewhere higher, it's good sometimes because some of the men they're getting reason to grow up because of that woman. This is good for them, what that helps. But some of them they cannot understand these things, and then it's going things to going crazy, and they're crying, and they're like let's say in painful with years and years without understanding where is exactly actually the problems. Another things is of the men who are afraid to not be rejecting all of the women. That's why they say, oh, better I'll stay single, I'm gonna die on my room, I'm not gonna even try because maybe she'll reject me as well. And another is the
Sorry,
third
I
thing
gotta
that
I gotta stop you. Where on earth are you finding these men that are gold diggers? I don't know a single man out there who's looking for a woman with money.
trust me, I know so much. I know so much special here in London and somewhere another country. I don't want even to mention them. Like they're preparing themselves, looking good, going gym, taking care. They look like David Beckham, exactly like them. And I asked them, "What is the reason you're doing that much?" Because they are looking like a Hollywood stars for nothing. Because they don't even trying to go on the movies or modeling jobs, and they say, "Oh, because like this I can find some woman who is older and rich, and then I'm gonna rest of my life."
So they
So
want the
they're
male sugar
super hot,
babies.
but they have no money.
Yes, and
Hey,
I
that's a
know them
game
even in
guys
the
like to play
Instagram. I know them.
sometimes.
Like, but thanks to them, because now when I see someone like this, and I say, oh, okay, it's another gold digger. Oh, okay, it's like they show the visible what actually they're looking for, and they don't mind the woman is even if he's 5 children, 7 children, just needed to be half money because he gonna raise thing, like Mister
You know
God
why that
forbid.
happens? It's the guy who looks super good doesn't have a lot of money because he never had to make a lot of money to get girls.
But
He's
you
good
know,
looking and he got girls based off of his looks, whereas a bunch of guys who aren't good looking, they needed to find some other way, charisma or money, and usually money is the default that most guys go to.
you
And
know,
Yeah,
that's
you
like
wake
true.
up ugly like me and Spencer, you got to make some fucking money, man.
you know,
I mean,
like the
there's
if you
definitely
make
parts
your
of
money,
that.
you already have the right to have a woman you want, because like women they don't look for money, they're just looking for better life. But most of the men they don't understand these things. They're thinking they're looking for money, they don't look for money, they're looking for better future. And this is one of the things that they don't understand on the men's things that going like a gaps for them.
So do you think
Can I ask you a
as you've gotten
question?
older, have you met more men that have no money than when you were younger?
That depends of the luck. Me with my luck, I'm with my luck. I'm always meeting rich men. I don't know how happened this. Like I'm attract the rich men.
I don't know
I'm
how that
honest.
happens.
I'm honest. I don't know how happened. Like even if I go somewhere in London and just have a cup of tea or something, I'm like a magnet for them. They comes like I never hesitate like to struggle or to say, oh, why I cannot find someone. Like 2 minutes, even if I broke with someone, I know that in a couple hours someone's gonna be coming. Sometimes I say they're dropping from the sky. What is this like? Woman's doing everything to catch the rich man. Me, I cannot run from them. Let's say like that. This is luck. I think this is the luck. Is charisma, like how you. I don't know how to explain even. Like I think you get me. Like what I'm trying to say.
So Juliet, what do you think is the biggest issue with men in 2025?
I'd say there's probably two issues with men. Either they're too feminine and they're confused about themselves, or there's the men that have a lot of mental health issues since that's such a crisis right now, anyways, that
You
men
still have
feel
a
like
question you want to ask?
I mean,
Keep going.
that like they can't move on with like a relationship because they have so much things that they keep in and trauma that they keep in, whether it be from their parents, from their past, from even like the military and things like that. I think that there's a large mental health crisis in general, and men seem to get a lot of that. And then on the other hand, they're just too feminine and they think that the woman needs to do everything for them and they don't have to bring anything to the table and they can just exist, and it's real great.
So do you think that those two things might be linked?
Let me make this clear. When I'm saying feminine, I'm talking about men who wear dresses. So
Well, is that
not
men?
quite.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's not a man.
I don't think that's
Men who wear
man.
dresses, not men.
Sexual.
So outside of men wearing
they are.
dresses, do you think that men that don't wear dresses are also too feminine as a whole?
Some, yes. I think they may correlate, but I don't think they're completely intertwined as far as a mental health crisis and men being more feminine. I think women have become so masculine that because they're tired of men for one reason or another, and then they can't soften themselves and bring themselves back into their femininity, that men have become that feminine person and women have become the masculine ones.
Well, women definitely have gotten masculine too. Both of these things are going on. How do you think that we solve these issues with men being feminine and men that have, I'm assuming you're talking about mental health issues that are so bad that they can't, enter a relationship and function in it?
I think that men seeking out therapy and talking to people, or even just talking to his friends, well, for one, that ends up feeling like they're judged or anything. But I feel like men need someone to talk to because they don't normally talk to people, and they have a lot of things that are pent up and they don't get to talk about them, and have someone who listens and doesn't judge, and just to kind of give them more tools to work through things that they might be going through that no one else might know. Because I think a lot of men would be surprised that a lot of other men are going through a lot of the same things they might be going through.
Yeah, I don't sign off on guys going to, like your traditional talk therapy, but I do agree, like they need to find a brotherhood of men that they can, lean on, to get through this stuff that they're working on. So that's kind of what we do with the communities, right? We go out into the wilderness and do hard shit for 4 or 5 days. And when guys are struggling with stuff, that's when, they can talk through this stuff and figure it out. And guys can give them actionable stuff to bring back into their life, to help solve their problems.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.